and then I might pop back in if I can get the kids laid down and check in on you guys. Here, Tim, I'm going to go ahead and make you the host.
Okay.
And then if you need to make a co-host or anything like that, you can go ahead and do that. If you want to try to set up the breakout rooms, you can. It's all up to you now.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
Is Bill not coming?
I talked to him today and it sounded like he was going to come. So I don't know if he's having technical difficulties or something popped up. I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll text Ursula.
Okay. All right. Good luck, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And if I don't see you again in a little bit, have a
I don't know where my video went. Oh,
There you are.
I just texted Bill. But...
Bill's here.
Oh, hey, he's here. Okay, got him. That was quick.
There, now can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. User error, my modem and router weren't connected to my laptop anyway. Hello, everybody.
Hello, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Well, I'm not sure that I'll be able to figure out how to do the breakout rooms.
Hello,
But-
can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. My God, this thing is like, ugh. I couldn't figure out how to use the stupid microphone. Sorry. Ugh. What are you trying to do, Tim?
Well, I think we were thinking about doing breakout rooms. Rob was the host, but he made.
Well,
me
I heard that
co-host.
he had to go. His wife got the
Yeah.
shot. I was here.
Yeah, I'm just not totally sure how to do it. I'm trying to like Google it and figure out how.
I
to do
don't.
the
I don't even
breakout.
understand what it is. I thought it was. Is it something like what we're doing? I don't understand what the rooms are.
I think if like the individual groups wanted to work on or to discuss like definitions or whatever every individual group is working on. I think that was the whole point of that, is that we wanted to try and do that off of this main meeting after we got through what we needed to get through on our agenda, I think was the idea.
Okay,
I'm just not sure that I can figure that out. Normal hubs for Zoom look way different than they do on my phone, so I'm just not sure. I have like no control panel or anything, so I don't know. I'm just trying to figure that out. But I guess if
Yeah.
you want to go on with the meeting
I'm
normally,
worthless. This computer barely even types, so.
well, I would say like let's go through the meeting like normal, and while we're doing that, I'll see if I can't figure this out in the meantime. And if we can't do it tonight, I guess we'll just have to try another night.
Okay. Did everyone get the minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Did anyone have any questions or anything on it?
No.
All right, you want a motion to accept the minutes or
I'll
pass the minutes?
So moved.
We're good? Sorry, I couldn't hear.
I moved.
Okay,
2 minutes.
second it.
okay. All right, so,
Is everybody?
you
in
know,
agreement? Is
what's
everybody in
that?
agreement? Is everybody in agreement with the minutes?
Sounds good.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we have to have a vote.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's hard to hear on these. Okay, so I know that, you know, our team hasn't been able to really delve into our section yet, which is probably my fault because I haven't just been able to free myself up for it. But has everyone else been pretty much moving along with their sections? Does anyone have any questions or anything they want to go over?
I think we gotta do Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, I'm sorry. Geez, you know, all right. Yes. Thank you, Lisa. I'm sorry. Okay. Everybody stand. I pledge allegiance to
Allegiance
To the flag,
the flag
the United
United
States of
States of
America
America,
and to the republic for which
For which it
it stands,
stands,
one nation,
under God,
under God,
under God,
Indivisible.
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty
with
and
liberty and
justice.
justice
justice for all.
for all.
Okay,
Aye.
Okay, mute's going back on.
yeah, all right, thank you.
Yeah, really. All right. So, Bill, I did pass around your definitions. I couldn't format them. It wouldn't let me change anything. So I didn't know if you had it in a Word document, but so came out a little rough, but. Oh,
Gotta mute.
Bill, unmute.
I did it on an Excel spreadsheet because I was just in there, but we can put it in Word.
Okay, all right.
And that's input
I
from
copied
both.
and pasted it, so,
Okay, that's input from both Tim and I.
okay, all right. And that was, I just copied and pasted it into a Word document and sent it to everybody.
Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions about what they're doing or want to go over anything that they've been, you know, that they're finding, or any points to bring up to the rest of us for our sections to maybe keep in mind?
I talked to Rob, the rest of them were there when I mentioned to him about definitions on section 612. And he was going to check around with other towns in the area to see what they do as far as definitions of, like, you know, racetracks, go-karts, all-terrain vehicles and that kind of thing. So we kind of wait and see what other towns come up with, and maybe we can be more, because we'd like to be more, I would like to see us be more specific on the definitions in that area.
Was it Lisa, was it you that, didn't you find, or can we access, like, was it Batavia that theirs to see what they have and stuff? Cause they've got it.
Yeah, Rob has been doing that, and I said that I would check out Silver Springs tomorrow. Online, you can go and check under E-codes. A lot of the towns are under E-codes. So you
E-codes.
can, yeah, electronic codes, town codes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna check out Silver Springs tomorrow. They have a racetrack. I think Rob said he was good.
I was gonna ask Rob, but I couldn't talk, but, right down by Lime Rock now, they're talking about that they bought it and they want to put a racetrack in there. And, they contacted me because they knew I was on the board, and I said, we're going kind of through this stuff with Coots, and, told them to talk to Rob because they're going to have a lot of questions too, because they're trying to put one in there and it's raising all sorts of havoc and with the neighbors there. So it's going to be more and more prevalent, I think, with people trying to do this stuff. We all need to band together to get our definitions and stuff.
I'm gonna ask that if you are working on a section and you have a new term that's not in the list of the definitions, just send it to me. I'm gonna put it in alphabetically. I can either look up a definition or you can send me a definition that you may have from Stafford or Leroy or Batavia, wherever you might find it. And I can put it in there so that when we okay it, it depends on whether lawyers like what is written or not. I mean, as long as we've got it on the list. But if you come across a new definition, like for instance, you mentioned racetrack, Don, and all-terrain vehicles, that kind of stuff. I can put those in the definitions. And even if we don't have an actual finished definition, at least it's there. So if you come across something when you're working on your zone, it's a new term, send it my way. I'll put it in with the definition.
Oh, okay, all right.
That's good.
Well, the definitions that Tim and I sent out around that we, thank you, Liz, for putting together the list of what was missing.
Yeah.
And we put some things together using, Tim actually looked at Batavia's zoning to see what they have for verbiage. I just Googled some of these things. So we have something down there for what we put down for business park, contractor's yard, enclosed manufacturing, enclosed service and repair, freight or truck terminal. If you see you agree with that or you don't agree with it, I'd appreciate feedback. Motor vehicle sales, we put in a business involved in the sales and servicing of passenger cars / trucks. But then I also put in like motorcycles, recreational vehicles, ATVs, snowmobiles, etc. Does
Mhm.
that jive with what you guys are thinking as motor vehicle sales or not? So it'd be good to get that kind of feedback. Should we include things like boats that don't have wheels, but it's a
Yeah.
vehicle?
I think the more in depth you can be, the better off you are, and the more specific.
And then the other one was like machinery and transportation equipment sales. We said a business involved in the sales and servicing of agricultural and commercial use machinery and equipment. And then I put some such as like tractors, combines, farm implements, commercial trucks, construction vehicles, buses, etc. But again, I don't know what the feeling is of the planning board in terms of, are we okay with having in the industrial commercial area, businesses that are set up to sell those types of equipment and vehicles or not? So,
Well, I think ultimately, if we put all that stuff on the definitions, ultimately the lawyers are gonna nix it or
Yeah.
rearrange it. I mean, I do have some places where there are two definitions. We got one from Stafford, one from Leroy, and it's a matter of choosing which one we like or prefer once we get the whole list of definitions done. So if you've got those definitions, kind of an idea, Bill, send them to me and I'll put them in there.
well, some we took from benchmarking other places, some we just kind of put some words in to get some discussion going, and yeah, figured we got something to work with, and then we can fine tune it
Yep.
and decide as a group, what is it we want to be included and what don't we want included.
That's good.
Mhm.
I think maybe the larger the list too of commercial businesses like the OPD service and even boats and that kind of thing, it might attract those type of businesses here if they knew they fit in with our guidelines.
Mhm.
We'll never cover every scenario, but I figure if we can make it a little bit more specific, people know right up front, yes, it's in there, or no, it's not.
Right. No, that's good.
So our process going forward, like between now and next meeting, people will provide feedback directly to Tim and I on if you like them or you don't like them, or how do we want to do this?
Why don't we all just share the documents that we have with each other that way? I mean, we're obviously working on ours, but we, once everyone's got something, we start sharing it, then we could start looking at everybody's. And then, hopefully by next meeting, everybody's kind of got it together and maybe, if we have to just take one at a time, go through it, discuss it, see if anyone has anything to add, change, whatever, before we kind of do a final thing to get signed off on.
I like that, Deb, because I really appreciate the feedback from the whole team.
Yeah, I think we need to. I mean, we've done this all together. We've been part of the whole process, so.
Yep.
And I mean, it might take a few meetings to get through all of the sections and the discussions, but yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea too.
No, that makes sense.
Be nice if we can meet in person. It's a lot easier than my computer is so old, I can't even, the keys don't even work to type on it, so.
Well, if
But
these
who
are
knows if that'll happen.
if these are more working meetings and we don't have big controversial requests out there for special use permits or whatever,
Yeah.
maybe we could even think about that for next month. But I
Yeah.
know we gotta be in alignment with what the county's going to allow to happen.
Well, I mean, there's only so many of us, and I think that we could keep the social distancing and the mask thing, that we should be able to do it, because if it's just us, who cares, I find it, to me, it's easier to do the in-face than to do this, but there's too many distractions.
I agree.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything they want to go over with what they've been working on? Or, besides definitions, is there any other aspects that, we need to concentrate? I mean, definitions is the biggest thing, but, what other, I guess it's just permitted uses and not permitted uses, or special use permits and stuff, that making those kind of lists too. Making sure we're adding, everything we can in all the areas. Is anyone else coming across anything else besides the definitions?
No.
No.
Quite frankly,
think
I haven't gotten that far yet. I figured let's try to agree on how we define things and then go forward. Yeah.
Okay. Well, one might lead to the other too, as you read stuff, it might bring up stuff, and, it'd be easier to figure it that way too. I mean, it's going to be a process to do all of it, so.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think if you go through your definitions and you read your definitions and agree on what we have already, or you fill in missing definitions, I think it's going to lead you to understand the rest of it a lot better. At least that was my understanding when I looked through it. That's the way
Yeah.
I thought about it.
And if it's, if we could find through the e-codes and do it through towns and stuff, I think that actually helps a lot, because you see stuff that maybe we didn't even think of,
I guess that's something I found too when I was looking at Town of Batavia's definitions. They seem to be a little bit more specific, but they might be different for each town. And I forget, it's like somebody was talking about earlier, when a lawyer looks at a definition, they might change it slightly as well. So I think if you can get a general feeling for a definition and maybe look at some other towns' definitions and kind of make your own, it's probably going to get changed in the end a little bit anyways, So.
Which just gives you an idea of what maybe we're missing, like, oh wow, we didn't even consider that one, And then there's going to be a lot that don't apply, but maybe there's ones that, like I said, we didn't even figure on.
Totally.
It's always better to look at something for, rather than try and figure it out on your own head.
I am looking on how to try to do the breakout rooms. I don't know, were people expecting to do the breakout rooms today? Did anybody really need to and want to do that today?
if if you can't do it, Tim, it's something that we can work on. I know, at least I'm gonna try and meet on Friday, that maybe if we can just get something set up in the next, I don't know. Can everyone else meet other than doing it through that? Is there a means that everybody's doing to work together on this besides those? The
I definitely
rooms?
think if I can just figure it out, I don't think it would be hard. I'm going through the settings. I've gotten further on my hub here, but I just can't find where to create the breakout rooms. I know Rob said he had it figured out, so I think if everybody's okay with it, by next time, if Rob can't be here for the next meeting or whatever, by then I'll have it figured out and I can do the breakout sessions if you want. And then that way, if people that can't meet in person or whatever, we can at least have a chance to work on them together in our groups.
Maybe
Hey,
the
Lisa,
co-host.
Lisa Shishki?
Yeah.
Do you know what the availability is of the fire hall? I mean, if we wanted to schedule the March meeting at the fire hall, and then we could do breakout groups in all four corners of the building or something, or
Yeah, right now, no.
they won't let them in. Okay,
Yeah, it's closed for right now. They have to do a special cleaning every time somebody's in there. So
Mhm.
right now, even our meetings are only being held in the truck bay.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, other than, our church, but I don't even know.
Yeah.
Well, how many groups do we have? There's 4 or 5.
3, Jim's saying.
There's 3.
Oh, maybe we can do it at my house. My house is big enough. You do it in different rooms or whatever. One in the living room, one in the kitchen, one in my office.
Well, I mean, it's not ideal. I think by next time I can have this breakout room thing figured out. It's pretty nice. It's just you don't get kicked from the main meeting or whatever. You just kind of get asked to go into this side meeting, and then you can talk with your partners. And then as soon as you're done, you can go back to the main meeting and talk to everybody if you want. I just can't, for the life of me, find how to turn them on, unfortunately. Even with Google trying to help me. And that's saying something.
It says here, Tim, that you have to have a certain, is your computer newer?
Yeah, I'm on my phone. That might be half the problem.
Okay, so yeah, it's talking just, Windows are higher, so it doesn't say anything about phones. So I'm wondering if that might be part of it.
Yeah, it might be because I'm on an iOS. I'm on an iPhone, so it might be an iOS software problem too. So next time I can use Erica's laptop and try it through
Well,
that.
Here's another thing. It says self-select breakout rooms, desktop client or mobile app. So yeah, I don't know why it's not working.
I have lots of settings and stuff I can change. I can put on virtual backgrounds and do all sorts of other things, but I don't see anywhere that talks about these breakout rooms.
Right, okay.
I don't know if I can even do it because my computer or my laptop is old, and my computer here, well, it's kind of old too, but I don't have the microphone and stuff on it either. I don't know if
Well,
my one at the
yeah.
building, but
I think you have to be the host or the co-host. Rob made me the co-host, and you have to be one or the other to do that.
So you could still do it, Dad, but we just wouldn't see you.
that might not be a bad thing. Can you see me now?
No, a silhouette.
Okay, well, that's good. It doesn't matter that I'm in my pajamas, right?
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to table the breakout rooms for now. Sorry about that. I just can't find it anywhere.
It's kind of hard to do something, in the middle of doing something else, so.
Well, it can't be too hard. I just can't. It's just, I don't know. I'd have to look into it more.
I wouldn't worry about it for now, you know.
I think we're good.
All right, well, like I said, you know, if you know that we can do that, that's fine. If not, like I said, we can probably meet here if you wanted to. I don't care, you know. Our house is huge, so we've got plenty of room, but you know, we've got time to figure things out, or maybe we can do it at the you know, where we usually have our meetings, so we'll see what we can figure out. At least everybody's on track with everything. Does anyone else have any questions with anything that's going on?
I'm assuming there's been no new requests for anything. We haven't heard from Matt in the last several meetings.
No,
Or
there's
Dan.
been nothing new. There's nothing new going on. Yep.
Yep.
I mean, I check always, like, you know, the end of the week before with them, and he gets back and just, there's nothing going on. So there were a couple things in the works, but they must have just went by the wayside. So, because nothing's come back up, and nothing that I know is on the books. So it's just good time to just do this stuff. Okay, anything else from anyone for now?
Nope.
Do we want to take a motion to end the meeting?
I'll move that we close.
I'll second it.
Okay. All right, well, you guys all have a good night, be safe, stay warm.
And everybody was in favor to close?
Yay.
Yay.
I
Keep us honest.
Yeah, right? Pledge allegiance and vote for
Doing my
yes.
job.
I know, geez.
Go Lisas.
All right, take care, everybody.
All right,
Good night.
bye.
Oh, awesome. Hey, Tim, are you still there?
Yeah,
Oh, you're double tips. There's two of you.
I'm trying to I still
I was just-
can't believe that there isn't.
I was gonna Google breakout rooms and from your phone.
So I can look at all the participants. I know there's a way you select everybody, or you select certain people to put them in a room. Oops, to put them in a room. But there's nowhere is it all right, let's do a breakout room. I don't see.
Breakout room on a phone.
And it might just be because I'm on my iPhone.
Let's see. I got how on a mobile device.
An iOS mobile device, more importantly.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking that the co-host couldn't do it, and that's
I Googled that and it says I can. It has to be enabled. And I went
Right.
to the settings to meeting settings to make sure that it's enabled. I don't even see the option. It might be, I don't. Yeah,
it says the prerequisites are to join the meeting by Zoom desktop client mobile app. Are you in the mobile app? Did you come in that way, or did you?
no, I'm in the mobile app.
Okay. It said invitation to join breakout rooms from the meeting host. Didn't say co-host.
Okay, well maybe that's why. Maybe you have to be the host.
But I found what you found though, and it said co-host can do it.
As long as that setting is turned on, and I wonder if that's a setting that Rob had to turn on before he left or something. He said it was all set up, so I don't see it anywhere.
Did you try asking where you find it under settings or anything like that? Where to find breakout settings? How did you and Bill get together? Did you do it over the phone?
We just emailed back and forth, and I asked him
Oh, okay.
like, I sent him the list of definitions that were missing. I said, why don't you go find definitions for these, and so will I. And then we compared them, and we just emailed back and forth like, yeah, that looks good. Okay, I like yours better, and
Okay.
just did it that way. Really, it's just looking at other towns and taking other towns' definitions and then curtailing them to the way we need them. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. Then part of me is like, special use permit everything.
Yeah, I think to an extent, yeah.
Then here's another thing I was wondering. You're in a monthly meeting, planning board meeting. I don't even know if breakout rooms are allowed per se, because then the butlers couldn't join in.
So I thought that same exact thing. That when we were sitting there, I'm like, okay, the butlers are there. And actually, this meeting is still recording. I guess I'll stop that.